Mrs. Loop used... Hold on, wait. Miss Loop? What are you doing here?
I just love math almost as much as I love reading.
Oh, come on, Miss Loop. We're trying to work here. You don't see me jumping into and interrupting your reading lessons, do you?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just love numbers.
Well, that was weird. Let's start over. Miss Loop used 591 kilowatt hours of electricity in August. The cost for electricity is 0 and 91 thousandths per kilowatt hour. Her total cost is $53 and 781 thousandths. Again, very weird. How much is Mrs. Loop's electric bill rounded to the nearest cent? How much is it rounded to the nearest dime? So we've actually got two questions here. They want to know how much is it rounded to the nearest cent and how much is it rounded to the nearest dime. And again, if you notice when I read this, this says money and this one has money, it was kind of weird because money normally does not have that 3 decimal places to it. So when we round it to these 2 places, it'll format it more like normal money and it'll be easier to read. And once again, since we're rounding, we'll use our rounding steps that you have written down already. And then here we kind of just have to think about what to round. So they want to know how much is her electric bill rounded. So the actual electric bill part is this part where it says her total. So this number right here is the number we're actually rounding. Everything before that is actually what created her total. What they did to get the number in blue here is they actually multiplied this number times this one, and that actually gave the electric bill there. So all of this stuff up here is just extra information. This is the actual number that we will be rounding because this is her total electric bill. So write that number onto your paper. So 53 and 781 thousandths. And we'll start with this one right here. We'll round to the nearest cent first. And if you think about money, this is 1 cent. So the nearest cent means the penny. And in our last video, we talked about how the pennies place is the hundredths place because it takes 100 of these pennies to make one whole. So we're actually going to round to the hundredths place here. And I actually want you to stop the video here and try rounding this to the hundredths place. Then start the video again and check your answer. But I want you to try it on your own because that's how you're going to get better at this. So step 1, underline the target place value. And we said that was the hundredths, so this is our hundredths place. Step 2 says look to the right and circle it. So we're going to look to the right and circle it. Step 3, look at the circled number if it's between 0 and 4. And it is between 0 and 4, we're going to keep the target the same. So the target's actually going to come straight down. And then if you recall, everything to the left of the target is also going to come straight down. So the 7, decimal, 3, and 5 all come straight down. And that's our answer because everything to the right, everything over here gets left behind. If we wanted to bring something down there, we would bring a 0, but it's not necessary, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that. So rounded to the nearest cent, her electric bill is $53.78. Now let's try this part. Let's round it to the nearest dime. So I'm going to rewrite that original number. Okay, and again, I got that from right here. That was the original number. And we're rounding to the dime. Well, it takes 10 dimes to make one whole, so that means the dimes place is the tenths place. So we're going to round this number to the tenths place. And again, I want you to pause the video here so you can try it on your own and then unpause to check it. Step 1, underline the target place value. That's the tenths. Step 2, look to the right and circle it. Step 3, look at the circled number. If it's between 0 and 4, it's not. If it's between 5 and 9, add 1 to the target. It is, so I need to add 1 to the target. And 1 plus 7 is 8. Everything to the left of the target comes straight down, and everything to the right of the target we leave behind. And I'll put a $sign since this is money, and that's our answer. But there's a problem here, because if this is money, think about any time that you've ever seen money written down. There's always 2 decimal places. So over here, I can't bring these numbers down, but remember, I said in the past we could bring zeros down. So here, it would make sense to bring a 0 down there. And if I wanted to, I could bring another 0, but then it wouldn't make sense for money. So let me remove that one. And this now is our answer, $53.80.